हरे ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. So we are discussing how this chapter is telling the living entity. It goes for sense gratification because the facility is given for the living entity. He is the king, the queen is there, that is our intelligence. And then we discussed this. Uh, this aspect. Yeah. So here a living entity is Puranjana. The intelligence is given. Then we are given that is the means to enjoy. For a man, wife is a means to enjoy. Similarly, for us, the living entity, the intelligence is means to enjoy. And this living entity, the intelligence, the tendency presently in the conditioned state is to enjoy in a wrong way. But and then woman is given to the man to help him to go on the path of dharma. So that's why she is called Dharma Patni. Woman gives protection to the man. Like Diti also tells to Kashyap Muni, woman is like a fortress. She protects the man from going in a wrong path because man, he will get that emotional support and then he gets the protection. And woman also gets whatever other type of protection from the man, but woman gives this emotional support so that he lives a very dharmic life. So from sinful life to dharmic life, if a man just stays alone, he does not have wife, then there is always a tendency that he will become sinful. But if he has a wife, then he will be protected. That's why this marriage system is given. That is the arrangement made by the Lord so that a living entity makes advancement. And both living entities, the woman spirit soul also, man spirit soul also, both get benefited. And the sinful life to dharmic life he comes. So this is also so now man will get attached to woman. So this is also another problem. So even dharmic life is a problem. So this is also a problem. So man is attached to woman. So man is attached to woman. Then guru comes into picture. Then guru says, okay, you have to live dharmic, but you cannot continue dharmic life. You have to live the dharmic life and take to spiritual life. So this is where the guru comes. So when here we see that King Prachini Barshin, he was actually living a very dharmic life. He was doing sacrifices, he's having good wife, he's having all very obedient children, pachetas. But Guru Narada Muni came and said, okay, enough. Now take to spiritual life. So the Lord gives living entity the facility. The facility is body plus intelligence. The body is like the kingdom, and intelligence is like wife. And now, uh, woman, if she lives a dharmic life, then what happens? The children they become spiritual. So they will also live a dharmic life, and eventually they can come to spiritual life. So that is the system that is created. So wife should follow the husband. So both if husband initially whatever standards the husband sets, woman will maintain it. That is the advantage. So like man goes, husband goes ahead. Husbands walk ahead and wife follows. Now what happens now? The person is going ahead and wife is following. So now wife will not allow the husband to come back. So that's how she protects. So this is the system. So if you set any standard in the house, if you see all the traditions that are followed in the house, woman maintains that tradition. Oh, this ritual should be followed, this ritual should be followed. And the man, no, we see in the temples, they come and woman is doing some rituals and the man is standing behind and she will make sure that he's also following, and she will make sure that the children are also doing. So she can hold whatever standards that are set. So man sets the standard and woman holds it and makes sure that he does not come back. That's why she is Dharma Patni. So this is the most important because her nature is made in such a way she can continue the traditions. In any family you see, women are the people who are continuing the tradition. They will make sure that these rituals are happening, these rituals are happening. They remember the dates, they remember the festivals and all. Their mind goes in that direction. So that's how Lord created. Both will get benefited in that way. And here now the analogy that Narada Muni is giving, that Puranjana goes for hunting. So he took his great bow and armor and he accompanied by all these things. So this analogy is a very important analogy to understand, where you are having the so here uh, the gunas which are the main driving force. So all living entities always been influenced by the three qualities of sattva, rajas, tamo guna. So traibhir gunamayir bhave. So the living entity is bewildered by the three qualities of nature. So this is the driving force. That's why they are the flags. So modes are driving us. That's what Prabhupada is writing. See, uh, uh, so in other words, one who sees, one who has eyes to see can understand how the body is being driven, influenced by particular type of qualities of material nature. So this is very important point to understand. We are all driven by the modes, and that's why any person is acting. Now presently the whole society is driven by two modes only: passion and ignorance. Passion and ignorance. Now what happens is, all the achievement success is, passion is considered success now. So passion is considered. So how many followers you have, how much money you made, how many facilities you have, how much influence you have. So these are considered to be success, because the whole society is running because of passion and ignorance. That is considered success. In previous ages, what is considered success? How much spiritual credits you have, how many pious credits you have, how much dharmic you are living, how much you have control over your mind and senses, how much knowledge of the scriptures you have. So that was considered the criteria to evaluate how elevated or what is the success of a person. That was the previous ages. So now the success is this. So it is not how much you. The Brahmanas were given so much respect. When they come, even the king is to get up, make him sit on his asan, wash his feet and all. Why Brahmana is given respect? Because he's having knowledge, he's controlling senses, he's controlling mind, and he has so many credits. So this is given value. Now Brahmanas don't have value. Who is considered value? Who is entertaining people, or who is able to show his physical power, like sports people, who is able to show their talents in terms of all these things. So because it is driven by passion, that's how. So this and then this three so the activity of living entity is described. So this is the verse is describing the activity of living entity, to prove how the body becomes influenced by the quality of ignorance, even when a person want to be religious. So this is the most. This is actually the heading of these three verses. What Prabhupada is trying to make us understand. So the activity of living entity and how he is going to get influenced by ignorance, even if we want to be religious. That is the point. And Narada Muni, he is telling that he goes for hunting. Animal killing is under the influence of ignorance. Very clear. So yesterday we discussed this point also, and then animal sacrifice is recommended in Shastra. Still, it is ignorance only. Now from here, the analogy, it is said that uh, pride, false ego. So the right identity will make us chant properly. So here, this also we discuss in Bhagavad Dharma, religious Dharma. With one's relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, animal sacrifice is not recommended. So the religion dealing with one's relationship with Supreme Lord. So we are our dharma savai pumsam paro dharma. That means directly dealing with the Lord. So what sacrifice people are doing? They sacrifice grains, ghee, animals. They are doing sacrifice. But what Lord want us to sacrifice? Pride and false ego. So this is what a devotee is sacrificing. We don't do the sacrifice of grain, ghee, and animals. What we sacrifice every day morning chanting, we sacrifice our pride and false ego. When we have this right identity, that is actually will help us chanting. When I give up my false ego, false identity, and understand Gopir Bhartor Padakamalyor Dasa Dasa Anudasa, when I am understanding that I am servant, then animal sacrifice is not recommended. The performance of Sankirtan Yajna. So there is no recommendation of other sacrifices. No animals, no grain, no ghee. For us, pride, false ego, identity is very important. That I am servant of Krishna, I am servant of my Guru. I just have to please them. Then that is the sacrifice every day we can do for 2 hours, which is very pleasing to the Lord. So we have to do sacrifice. Like uh, there are different ways of understanding the people try to understand. I was telling this story. Did I tell the story? Like uh, when the demigods they had a battle and then they won the battle from the demons. Did I tell this story yesterday? Lord comes as Eksha. Anybody remember? Because I tell in 2 3 places. Did I told Lord coming as Eksha? Anybody can share in the chat box. No, no, okay. Okay, okay. So what happens is this is a very interesting story. It says that Lord, when the demigods and demons they had a battle, and it was a very tough battle, and what great endeavor demigods they won the battle. After winning, the demigods they became little proud. They thought at least we achieved some success, and no, this is because of me. But the difference between any victory, there is always a possibility of identifying the cause of victory as myself, and then we tend to become proud. And it will happen to even demigods also. And then two things happens. One is like when we become victorious, we start taking the credit and we forget the Lord. We don't give credit to the Lord. And same thing happened with demigods also. Even they also thought, okay, we are the cause, we are doing it. So the bad qualities will come when there is victory. There is always chance. Even for demigods also this happens. When they become victorious, they also tend to develop some of the negative qualities like pride and ego and all these things. So this happened even to demigods also. But difference between demons and demigods is when demigods are given right instructions, they are willing to accept. That's why they are demigods. So then Lord understood, "Arey, these people are unnecessarily becoming proud, and Lord didn't want it. He don't like it. If demons are becoming proud, Lord does not mind. But if demigods are becoming, Lord intervenes. So what happens is he goes to the battlefield and he appears like an Eksha and he start roaming around in that battlefield as if he performed that oh he is the winner of the battle and he has achieved great success. He was like showing off that I made such a great victory. And when demigods saw, they didn't like it. This is what is this? This is arrogance. This is no courage should be punished. They thought. What Yakshas are meant to protect treasure. So they they are meant for protecting the treasure and all. So that means the indication what Lord is giving is there is something deeper in our heart which we have to protect. That is the core of the heart is that love, devotion, compassion and all. So here what happens is that when demigod they see they didn't like it, then they thought okay somebody should go and deal with him. And then who should go and deal? Then they decided Agni will go. Why Agni? Because Agni is considered the lowest of all the demigods, because he goes and touches anything. He burns the corpse of even the Chandalas and all in the crematorium. So fire burns. So that's why he's considered okay. Even demigods also they have this criteria. They said you should go. So Agni he got this job and he also was very happy that he got some responsibility now. And he goes to that Yaksha. He understood it's not a big deal, no Yaksha you are dealing, because you have humans, you have demigods, but Yakshas are in between. They are more powerful than humans, but not as powerful as the demigods like that. So he goes to the Yaksha, and he understood I can easily deal with him, and he goes there. But when he was about to reach him, there was an invisible wall. There was some energy which was not allowing to go near only. So Agni was putting all his effort to go near, but he could not go. There was some force that was stopping. And now Agni got bewildered and he forgot the purpose for which he came. Immediately, Yaksha laughs at him and he asks, "Who are you?" Now, Agni, he start telling, "Oh, I am so and so. I am such a, a great person." And he start telling about his own glories. And then uh, uh, he says that I am Jata Vedo. You know, Agni is the first head of all of them. Agni makes things move. And so many glories, he says. Then he says, okay, it's good. Then what about this Yaksha asks, that means you must be having so much power. He says, yes, I have so much power. And then uh, Yaksha asks, okay, show your power. He takes a piece of grass, he just plucks one grass and says, can you burn it? And Agni felt little insulted. Arey, such a simple task he is giving, but he immediately got some suspicion that maybe I cannot do it. Maybe something is going wrong. But he already, it is too late for him. He already boasted about him so much. It was too late for him. He just said he accepted the challenge and he started trying to burn it. Now, slowly, slowly, he tried in a little way. Then, with all his energy, full energy, exhausted, tried to burn it. But even that green grass could not even turn into yellow, also. And it looked more fresh after his blowing all his fire onto it. And Agni fell at knees and then he asked, who are you? But Lord, in the form of Yaksha, did not answer. Agni goes back and tells that, okay, I could not understand who is he. And then this had again they discussed and they said, okay, let us send Vayu. Vayu is more wiser, he is elderly and he is strong than Agni. So he is one of the most powerful demigods. So they sent Vayu. And Vayu also fell in the same way. He also could not enter near him, reach him, and he get the same question, "Who are you?" And Vayu also tells about his glories, and then Lord says, "Okay, can you lift this grass into the air?" And Vayu tried all his best, but he could not do anything. He also comes back. Now Indra decided he will go. Every story, third time it becomes success. First two failures, and generally third is success. So Indra goes. When Indra goes there, the Yaksha disappears. Indra could not see any direction he sees, there is no Yaksha there. And now, why did Yaksha disappear? This is important question. See, Indra is very intelligent. And one important thing about Indra is Maghavan is called. He knows the purpose of Yajna. It is said that Yajna Sistamrita Bhujo Yanti Brahma Sanatanam. So if you know the purpose of Yajna, then you get the result of that Yajna. That is the point. If we should know why am I doing. If I know why am I doing, that means I become conscious. When I'm chanting, I should know why am I chanting all the time when we are doing. That means then we consciously chant. So that is the system that is given. So he was conscious that about yajna, he knows it. He knows the purpose. He performs yajnas, and the results of yajna also come to him. Now, if he goes to Yaksha, then Yaksha will ask the same question to Indra, who are you? But Indra is more wiser, his intelligence. He will say, he will in return ask Yaksha, no, who, please tell me who are you? And he will also tell that exhausted all my energy in your presence. So please explain who are you. So Indra could have questioned in this way and got some answer, but Lord don't want to give that answer to him. In that battlefield, Uma Devi appears, the daughter of Himavan, the wife of Lord Shiva. And immediately the glowing effulgence, all the surrounding becomes very bright and everything. They understood. Uma Devi appeared and all the demigods, they offer obeisances, Indra offer obeisances. And then Indra praises her and then he asks, who is this Yaksha? Then Uma Devi, she actually chastises Indra. He says, "Arey, you don't know who the Supreme Lord only. Now, here important. What Lord want to tell here is we cannot understand him unless we go through a guru. So here Umadevi becomes a guru for Indra to help him understand who is the Supreme Lord. Now the most important lesson is that because there was some pride, even though Lord was standing in front of all demigods, they could not recognize him. So it's same thing applies to us also. Why am I not able to recognize the Lord even though he comes in front of the deity? We are not able to have that darshan is because of the pride and ego in our heart. We have a wrong identification. So there are three levels of existence: Bhuvar, and Swa. Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, and Swargaloka. So these three planes of existence, and there are three ways of understanding the Lord. So in the Bhuloka level, where Agni is trying to understand the Lord, he goes to Yaksha and trying to understand. It is compared to the empirical way of understanding, or even the scientists, they are trying to understand the Lord in this creation. They are seeing around everything with their senses, sensory perceptions. They are trying to analyze who is the Lord and no, trying to see Creator and all. But at Bhuloka level, with our sensory perceptions, it is a futile attempt. How Agni failed, even though he is all pervading, he knows everything in this earthly level, but he cannot understand the Lord. So, with this capacity, we also cannot understand the Lord. With whatever the scientific research, we cannot understand. Then there is second level of existence. One is what I am awakened state, and then there is ethereal state where I'm in a dream state. That is Bhuvarloka planetary systems. So there also we will not be able to understand the Lord at that level. So this is another level of another plane of understanding the Lord. I will just write for you. So we have three planes of existence: Bhu, Bhuvar, Swa. So this is where we are in a awakened state, a dream state. That is, it is more subtle platform. It is not a gross platform. It is much more subtler level of understanding. So here at this level, uh, uh, like all the mystics, yantras, tantras, and all these mystical things, and all people try to understand these things. So this is at this level where people immediately, when they see somebody is doing some magic, some miracles are happening, they immediately consider it as divine. But that is nothing to do with the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord creates the whole creation. Even little bit here and there, people see some miracles happening, they immediately say, "Oh, this must be something very divine." This is just at the level of even what do you say, at the what do you call Bhuvarloka planetary system only, not even Swargaloka also. So this is the second level of our what do you say, the planetary level. And then the third level is the Swargaloka planetary systems. So Swargaloka planetary systems is where it's at the level of mind and where the desires are fulfilled. This is the we have to understand. So the Bhuvarloka astral plane we can call. Uh, so this is dream state is, and whereas Svargaloka it is the pure mind state. This is, and whereas Bhuloka, which we are earthly kingdom, it's our uh, empirical experience we can say. So these are the three levels of our existence, the planes where we stay, and at this level we cannot understand Lord. At this level also, only Swargaloka we are able to. Uh, there is some possibility at that also when a person sacrifice. So Indra is at this level. So here at the level of Agni, Vayu, and then Indra. So Indra could understand that also with the help of Guru. So he could understand the Supreme Lord by the help of Umadevi, that he understood this is Umadevi. And even though Lord is present in front of them, they could not see because of the pride they had. So this is the system. So here we saw that there is we are discussing about the sacrifice. So Maghavan, Indra no sacrifice. So that is a way we can understand the Supreme Lord. The sacrifice, what we have to do is sacrifice our false ego and chant the holy name. So here Puranjana is going to the forest to kill animals is a symbolic of living entities being driven by mode of ignorance and thus engaging in different activities for sense gratification. So dharmic life brings to goodness. So this is what we discussed yesterday. So goodness, the materialist infection becomes purified. So we have to live a dharmic life, but that is not sufficient because even dharmic life, Prabhupada writes, even ritualistic ceremonies recommended religious system are certainly on the platform of goodness, but because within this material world, even mode of goodness is sometimes polluted by passion and ignorance. Man in goodness is sometimes driven by ignorance. So this is actually what is happening to Puranjana. So he's entering into the forest with his five senses and working and gross senses. And the forest is and then he has ahankara. These are the ammunition there. Two explosives, I and mine. You come near, you will blast them. Anybody enters into my territory, I and mine, immediately they are going to get blasted. If somebody says, "Oh, you are this, you are that," you enter into the house. Anything related to me, you cannot touch only. Anything I and mine, you will get blasting. Then the two wheels are religious and irreligious life. The flags are the modes and the five kinds of obstacles. This is very important. The obstacles are the actually obstacles placed before the living entity on the path of liberation and from material bondage. So these are obstacles covered by three settle, and all these things are obstacles for what? Obstacles for us to go to get out of this body, getting liberation. So they are the obstacles, and it cause in this the living entity, the cause of this bondage is lamentation and illusion. So this is what we discussed. We'll just take this verse and then I'll take the questions. So it was almost impossible for King Puranjana to give up the company of his queen even for a moment. Nevertheless, on that day, being very much inspired by the desire to hunt, he took up his bow and arrow with great pride and went to the forest, not caring for his wife. So that means she is the dharmic intelligence. So he didn't care for dharmic intelligence. He just wanted to do sense gratification. And Prabhupada is writing, one form of hunting is known as woman hunting. A conditioned soul is never satisfied with one wife. Those whose senses are very much uncontrolled, especially try to hunt for many women. King Puranjana's abandoning the company of his religiously married wife is representative of the conditioned soul's attempt to hunt for many women for sense gratification. Wherever a king goes, he is supposed to be accompanied by his queen. But when the king or conditioned soul becomes greatly overpowered by the desire for sense gratification, he does not care for religious conditioned soul. Becomes greatly overpowered by the desire for sense gratification, he does not care for religious principles. Instead, with great pride, he accepts the bow and arrow of attachment and hatred. Our consciousness is always working in two ways, the right way and the wrong way. When one becomes too proud of his position, influenced by mode of passion, he gives up right path and accepts the wrong path. Kshatriya kings are sometimes advised to go to the forest to hunt ferocious animals just to learn how to kill. But such foray are never means meant for sense gratification. Killing animals to eat their flesh is forbidden for human beings. So here Prabhupada is trying to give many points. We'll try to understand. First section Prabhupada is telling that people are hunting for women. So this is the tendency of a man. That's why he need proper. He should be satisfied with the wife. So the company of his religious wife, abandoning the company of his religious married wife, is representative of conditioned souls attempt to hunt for many women for sense gratification. So he says, whereas a king goes, he's supposed to be accompanied by his queen. But when the king or conditioned souls becomes greatly overpowered by desire for sense gratification, he does not care. So why? This is because of pride. So, and that arrows are attachment and hatred. So this is the first part which Prabhupada is telling. There are two reasons he's giving because of pride. And what happens? Attachment and hatred. So these are the two things which will make a person give up his dharmic life. So our consciousness is always working in two ways, right way and wrong way. So here when becoming pride is such a dangerous thing. Nowadays, now this is so much too proud of his position, influence by mode of passion. He gives up right path and accepts wrong path. So now people are winning something or achieving something, and people are saying you should be proud of yourself. Arey, pride is such a thing. You all start becoming hatred and attachment and hatred comes when we become proud. We should not become proud. We should always remain modest. Kshatriya kings are advised to go to forest, but then Prabhupada added a different point. So this is very important to understand. We should not tell anybody to become proud. Nowadays, this is so much advertised. Oh, be proud of yourself. For what? To go to hell. This is to go. They are giving good advice of going to hell. To become proud of yourself. At that time, the king Puranjana was very much influenced by demonic propensities. Because of this, his heart became very hard and merciless, and with sharp arrows he killed many innocent animals in the forest, taking no consideration. See, what happens is we were discussing this important topic, how pride is the cause of losing our things. It's a big section. We were discussing this the other day in Bhakti Sangha class. I was just discussing how the pride is the cause of losing all our things. Everything which we get because of Lord's mercy, and everything we lose is we lose because of pride. And because of pride, we commit violence. Because of pride, we offend people, we give pain to them, and we cannot hide pride. And pride is the determination to hurt others, whereas humility is a determination not to hurt others. Humility is not a weakness, it is a strength which is holding us from not hurting others. That's all. So, pride means hurting. Anytime if we analyze, go back in our life and see somebody has hurt us, that is because of the pride of that person. Or we hurt somebody, that is because of our pride. And here, when a man becomes too proud of his material position, he tries to enjoy his senses in an unrestricted way, being influenced by mode of passion and ignorance. He is thus described as asuric or demonic. And see here, when people are demonic in spirit, they are not merciful towards pure animals. Even animals, not humans, also they are. Consequently, they maintain various animal slaughter also. So this is, if a person is killing animals and eating, it is just pride only. He just does not understanding that he is feeling everything is for my enjoyment. No, others should also live. Whatever is in your quota, you take. You cannot just enjoy like that. That is not correct. So this technically called suna or himsa, which means the killing of living beings. In Kali Yuga, due to the increase of mode of passion ignorance, almost all men are asuric or demonic. Therefore, they are very much fond of eating flesh. And for this end, they maintain various kinds of animal slaughter. So they are deriving pleasure in drinking the blood of animals. So, in the age of Kali, the propensity for mercy is almost nil. Consequently, there is always fighting and wars between men and nations. And we hear every day there are so many, for years and years, wars are going. People don't understand why it is happening, and there is so much unrest. There are always protests. Somewhere or other, you'll see always protests are happening, and there are some wars are happening, people are killed, and so much unrest everywhere. And it is so much violence actually. There is, if there is not war directly, then there are trade wars. Now there are new type of war. And then there is the cyber crimes where you are trying to harm others and trying to deceive. So many things are happening, all because people are eating, killing animals and eating them. Man, Prabhupada is writing, in this Kaliva, the propensity for mercy is almost nil. So men do not understand that because of unrestrictedly kill so many animals, they also must be slaughtered like animals in big wars. So this is very much evident in Western countries. In the West, slaughterhouses are maintained without restriction. Therefore, every fifth or 10th year, there is a big war in which countless people are slaughtered even more cruelly than animals. Sometimes during war, soldiers keep their enemies in concentration camps and kill them in a very cruel ways. These are reactions brought about by the unrestricted animal killing in the slaughterhouses and by hunters in the forest. Proud demoniac people. The same reason, the pride all same. If you he remember the Nalkur Manikriya pastime also, Nardumuni says, Array, you are becoming proud. You will kill innocent animals. So this is the connection. Here also Puranjana, when he became proud, he is also going and killing animals. We create violence when we become proud. So that's the same thing. Demonic people do not know the laws of nature or the laws of God. Consequently, they unrestrictedly kill poor animals, not caring for them at all. In Krishna conscious movement, animal killing is completely prohibited. One is not accepted as a bona fide student in this movement unless he promises to follow the four regulatory principles: no animal killing, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling. This Krishna conscious movement is the only means by which the sinful activity of man in this Kali Yuga can be contracted. So, Prabhupada is showing so much compassion. He is trying to help all of us understand the principle so nicely. It says that if the king is too attracted by eating flesh, he may, according to the directions of the revealed scriptures on sacrifice, performances, go to the forest and kill some animals that are recommended for killing. One is not allowed to kill animals unnecessarily or without restriction. The Vedic, this is all Narada Muni is telling. The Vedas regulate animal killing to stop the extravagance of foolish men influenced by mode of passion and ignorance. So the pride makes a person do all this nonsense. So this is a huge purport. So we will not take this purport now. We will take questions. Yes, Gil Mataji.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Uh,
Krishna.
I can't remember exactly the statement you made. Something about um, we we lose our things because of pride, but we gain our things because of humility, or something like that. Do you remember the line you said?
Yes, yes. By Lord's mercy, we gain things, and we
Oh,
lose things because of our pride. So that's what I was trying to tell.
yeah. So I mean, everything happens by Lord's power, right? Actually, by everything is Krishna's mercy, whether we lose or gain. So, how are we making distinction here?
So if Lord is taking away, He says He is giving and taking, but ultimately it is because of pride. Lord is taking away. If you see His pride, He takes away. But it is when He is giving, He when we are getting, it is He giving. If we are proud, then we have to pay for it a different price.
Okay,
So
so we're talking about people in general, right? So, um, whether
no,
we
for
gain,
everyone, Lord only gives. In general or anyone, you take the anything people are getting, it is given by Lord.
yeah, I mean, in general, is the law of karma at work? No.
Of course, law of karma is controller Lord only. See,
Yeah.
if you are dealing with the Lord as a person, then He directly controls. If you don't deal with Him a person, He tells, okay, law of karma. So ultimately, it is Him only.
So when you say, by Krishna's mercy we gain things, but because of our pride we lose things. I'm not sure what is really being said here.
Like Indra got a position, he became the king of the heavenly planets, and then he became proud. So now, how did he get that position of king of heaven? By Lord's mercy. And then when he
Not
became
not by
proud,
not by karma. He did not get that position by karma.
no, even if you have karma, who should give it? That it is not
Yeah.
that you have to get it. Lord should allow you to take that position.
Yeah, I mean
Even if you have,
everything is ultimately Krishna's, by Krishna's mercy. But like
okay,
the
I will tell now Samudra Manthan Leela, churning the ocean of milk. So when they were churning, did demons and demigods they could do on their own churn and get that butter? Sorry, get
no,
that nectar. The
no.
kurma should stand in between. Ajita should be on the top. And Lord has to come and influence. Then Dhanvantri comes. So now, whole Leela, if you see, who carried the mountain, Mandara mountain? Lord only carried. Who
Mm-hmm.
supported from below? Lord
Lord.
only supported.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, when they could not completely churn, Ajita only does it. He is holding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did they come by their karma or Lord's mercy? Did they get the nectar because of karma or Lord's mercy? So even if you make an endeavor, that's why Damodar Leela, the two fingers are there. Even if you make an endeavor, that is your part. But Lord does not show mercy, you will not get it. So there are two fingers. One is our
Yes.
endeavor, another is Lord's mercy. So
Yes.
even if you make an endeavor, you cannot say, I endeavored, I should get it. Lord says, no, I should give it.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not law of karma, it's Lord's mercy is there. Everything, like if a person is becoming a billionaire, you cannot just say it's karma. No, Lord's mercy. He made him. So everywhere there is Lord's mercy. The Paramatma in the heart, he has to sanction it. Sarva
Yeah.
Karana Karana means he is the cause. So even if you make an endeavor, you cannot say I endeavored, I should get it. Can you claim that? I
No.
made it, I should get it? No, it won't happen like that. Lord should show mercy. For whom he will show, it shows. We made Indra, but Indra became. So when you get, it's Lord's mercy. But when you are losing because of your pride. So Indra became
Well,
proud and he lost it. He insulted Durvas Muni, he insulted his own guru, then he lost it.
yeah, but he lost it ultimately because Krishna took it.
But the reason of his losing is his own behavior, na? Lord
Yeah,
only took it, but
or
his
yeah.
behavior.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, another way of putting that is by saying that Lord took it because of his pride. No?
You can say that, yes. Then the cause of losing, you cannot say Lord, then his pride.
Well,
The
ultimately
cause
is
of the
Lord.
losing is his pride. Na? Yeah, ultimately Lord, but the reason Lord gives is you lost it. Now, when again you want to get it, Lord will not give you then. He says, now you should learn and take it. So then, when Indra he goes to Lord and says, oh, I'm sorry, I know I did mistake, give it back. Lord says, okay, first go and have a truce with the demons. First you become humble. Then you try to cooperate with them. Cooperation means humility. First you become humble, cooperate with the demons, start working with them, and when you are humble, and then you will get it back. So you will not get it now. That means now you have to pay a different price. Then
Mm-hmm.
I am going to give it back. So previously he gave, but if he gives us, we may become proud. Then Lord says, okay, now you earn. You have to earn in a different way. You have to work, become humble, and then earn. Initially, I gave you, but you became proud. Now you become humble, earn it properly, and then take it.
Mm-hmm.
So he did not give immediately to Indra the kingdom. He made him work in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So that means when we are gaining, we should know it is Lord is giving mercy, and we should remember it. And when we are losing, we should know it is I am losing because of my pride. I should not commit mistakes. So as soon as we get some post and position, say some of the people they got a very good post, and they are becoming some big post, and they are able to have so many devotees under them. Now if they become proud, then they lose it. And then
Mm-hmm.
they cannot say, Lord removed me. No, are your pride removed. Lord gave you, you could have remained humble and continued the service, but instead you become proud and then you lost it. Lord removed it because you are proud. Now you are not qualified for
Yeah.
it. Now you are.
Yeah, but I just needed you to hear you say, yeah, Lord took it because of their pride.
Yeah, but then the reason is their pride.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
get, you should say it is mercy. When you lose, you should say it is your pride.
Okay. Okay, Prabhu, can we just go to my I just have one other thing. Is when you were describing about Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Swarga, like that. You know,
Yeah.
one was the dream state, one was empirical, Bhuloka I think was empirical state. I don't know if you can scroll down to that part. Anyway, I just didn't
Yeah.
understand exactly why it was said that, like, for example, Swarga was, I forget which state, and
Mind state.
Bhuvarloka was dream state. Yeah, right
Yeah.
here. I don't know what is meant by this slide here.
See here now, Upanishads they allegorically tell about the three attempts of man to understand Lord. So according to Vedas, there are three planes of existence: earthly, the kingdom of our empirical experience; And then there is Bhuvar Loka, which is the astral plane, a subtle material world of our thoughts, dreams. This is the plane, thoughts and dreams level. And then there is Swargaloka level, which is material paradise, we can call Swargaloka, the plane of pure mind, the place where our desires are fulfilled. That means all material desires are fulfilled at Swargaloka level. So now, when fire god knows everything that is created on earth, so he personifies the empirical approach of knowledge. Clear? By empirical method, it is possible to postulate something known to us to be something which is something in this creation, but we can never understand Lord with empirical method. Therefore, the first attempt to approach God by Agni, it failed. And then more secrets are revealed to the wind god because he is blowing in the sky at a subtle level. There is esoteric knowledge and all these healings, Reiki, and all these things are which more subtler. That is at that level, ethereal level. And then the Indra is at the higher
Okay,
level
but
of
why is that called dream state? Or astral plane? Why
the
is
thought, means it
oh
is much more subtler. That's why
okay, like that. Mm-hmm.
dreams and thoughts, and not only dreams, it's thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that's why. And then there is higher, still more higher secrets are revealed at that level of mind. That one who understand the meaning of sacrifice, they understand what Upanishads are telling. So they don't go with some miracles and some energy levels, this that. We are not influenced by it. We want to go something higher. So this level is where one want to fulfill all their desires, they must learn to perform sacrifice. So this is the level of where people understand that it is not just some miracles or something. This is a level of sacrifice. Mind is, so where you understand the Lord by performing sacrifice and you enjoy. So that's why uh, tetam bhuktva swarga lokam vishal. So when people go to swarga lokam, they actually enjoy. Once their sacrifice ends, then kshine punya murtilokam vashanti. So they understand I can go there, enjoy my, fulfill my desires and all by performing sacrifice. They understand Lord to some extent, but not completely because they sacrifice only grains and navadhanya and all these things. If they sacrifice their false ego and perform, then they will understand Supreme Lord. So that is the difference in that sacrifice. The sacrifice to go to heaven and sacrifice go to spiritual world, both need sacrifice. Heavenly planets also. Yamimam pushpitam vacham prabhavanti avipashchita vedavada rata partha nane tasthitivad. So Vedas are talking about sacrifice, but that sacrifice is go to heaven. But we are also talking about sacrifice to go to spiritual world. The sacrifice is sacrificing false ego. So that is the difference.
So comparing these different states to Bhuvar and Swarga, is that just for sake of analogy or is it literal?
Oh, it's and all. Of course, at one level, this is one level of understanding is that this is a state of consciousness of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those who were on Bhuvar Loka, what is really their state of consciousness?
They are more subtler. They are at the sun planetary system. The Bhur Loka is sun planetary systems. So where people, they are much more elevated and their understanding is much more subtler than what we have, and they understand things much better than what earthly planet people.
But
So it's
those
the
on
more
Swarga, their understanding is even higher than those of Bhuvar Loka.
because they understand sacrifices more
Oh,
clearly. Swargaloka planet systems.
oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the bodies, of course, on Bhuloka we all have gross bodies, but on Bhuvarloka and Swargaloka, are
Yeah,
do
they
they?
are settler bodies. Yeah, they have a settled body.
But those on Swarga, for example, do they have gross bodies at all?
No, no. Actually, it is settler than us, but it is a gross body only. But it
Oh,
is settler than our bodies.
oh, okay. So it's progressively subtler from going from Bhu to
Progressively
Swarga.
settler. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. That's it.
okay.
Their enjoyment is much more higher. More settler the enjoyment, more settler the enjoyment is more. Like say, if you know about music, you know all the intricacies and all this very fine music. Then when you sit in the concert where you know about music, you enjoy more than a person who is little gross. Is there
Mm-hmm.
everything looks same only?
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
just making one sound. So the settler, settler you are, the enjoyment is more like that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu.
Nice.
Hare Krishna.
So yeah, most of the Kshatriyas they are not vegetarians, as far as they go for hunting and all. So, but they even if they are non-vegetarians, they do sacrifice and take. They don't take directly. So they don't do any sinful ways. They do in a proper way. So that's why they don't get reactions. So that's my understanding. There may be vegetarians also, but they need not be vegetarians also. So it's not a problem because they have the capacity to digest. That is the most important thing. See, if I do any activity, I should be able to have sufficient capacity to digest that karma. Then, even if I perform, not a problem. So, that's okay. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam.